Good afternoon. Here we want to study about the time division multiplexing. Now we are studying about the baseband digital transmission, in which we are saying multiplexing is a technique of accommodating signal from a number of sources. It means what? Here from number of sources we are supposed to transmit them on a single channel. So in our syllabus we are supposed to study about the time division. There are two types of TDM, synchronous and asynchronous time division multiplexing. So time division and multiplexing is nothing but it is a method of transmitting several message signal over a single communication channel by dividing time frame into slots. It means what? Here we are dividing the time. One slot we are giving for each message signal. So here we can see the diagram for the TDM transmitter and the TDM receiver. So here we are saying we are supposed to study about the TDM. So TDM is nothing but it is the method in which we are taking the several sources, but here we are supposed to transmit that serially over a single channel. It means what? Each source will be assigned a unique time slot that will contain predefined number of characters or the bits, and the allocation of the time slots depends on the bit rate of the source to be multiplexed. So here if we can see the diagram for the TDM transmitter. At that time, here we are giving the inputs from 1 to n. After that, we are using the filter and it will give the output to the commutator. But here, as we are giving the time slot to each that signal, here we are supposed to transmit that over a single channel. So here we are using the TWM PAM. It is nothing but the pulse amplitude modulator, in which we are giving the timing. So you can see here we are taking that through a commutator and we are giving through a channel to the receiver side. So we can see here if we are having the bit rates of the sources are identical and if the bit rates are not identical. If the bit rates of all the sources are identical, we can either interleave bits from these sources. But if bit rates of sources are not identical, the source with higher bit rate is allocated more times. So here we can see now the diagram for the TDM receiver. It means what? Here we are supposed to use demultiplexer because here we are supposed to reconstruct our signal. So here from the channel we will take the output of transmitter as an input to the TDM receiver. So here we will give that input to the pulse amplitude demodulator. Instead of modulator we will do here demodulations. Instead of commutator we will give this to the demodulator, and here it will separate that signal through a low pass filter and you will get the message signal. If you will see, you can see the diagram where we can see how we are taking the samples of signal at time t, s at time 2ts, at time 0. Again you can see the example for the samples if you are taking another signal like signal 2. Here we are giving the same time slot ts. So it means if we are supposed to multiplex these two time signal, we are taking the first one sample and second one. Now we are supposed to multiplex that signal. So you can see here we are multiplexing this signal TDM pulse amplitude modulations for signal 3. So here if we are again, you can see another example in which we are taking the 4 signal. Here if you see we are taking 3 signal. Instead of that, if we are taking the 4 signal, you can see. So here we are taking that number of signal and we are giving to the modulator via commutator. So here if you see, commutator will select out of these four signal G1 of t to G4 of t. It will select one. So commutator arrangement will look like this. And if you are talking about the receiver side, at that we are supposed to do vice versa of the transmitter. So here we can use the decommutator. Here we are supposed to reconstruct our original signal. Here we are supposed to separate this signal. Here from a one signal we are supposed to convert that into a number of signals. So here you can see, here we will get at the output number of signals that are nothing but original reconstruction of signal. So G1 of t to G4 of t. So we can say TDM will be of two types. These are nothing but synchronous and asynchronous. So if we are talking about the synchronous, here same sampling rate will be applied for all signals, and we are supposed to follow Nyquist theorem. Here we can say we will rate the sampling rate, that will be Fs will be to Fmax. It means what? Sampling rate will be equal to or greater than twice of maximum frequency of all signal. So total number of sample transmitted per second is equal to n times the sampling rate, Fs plus synchronization pulses. So you can take here bandwidth equal to Fs by 2 and Fs by 2. And what about asynchronous? If we are taking different sampling rate for different signals, we can say that type of multiplexing as a asynchronous time division multiplexing. Here also we are supposed to follow Nyquist theorem, sampling theorem. So it means sampling rate of signal will be equal to twice the maximum frequency of that signal. So total number of sample transmitted per second is equal to sum of sample of all the signal plus synchronization pulses. So you can take here transmission bandwidth, that will be half the total number of sample transmitted, and bandwidth is less for asynchronous time division multiplexing. So the design of commutator and the decommutator will be difficult. Now you can see one example for that sampling theorem, so you will get the things. So if we are having the problem like two low pass signal of equal bandwidth are sampled and time division multiplex using the PAM, the TDM signal is passed through low pass filter, then transmitted over a channel with bandwidth of 10 kilohertz. So we are having here channel bandwidth 10 kilohertz. We are supposed to find, you can see here, what is the maximum sampling rate for each channel and what is the maximum frequency Fs and Fmax allowable for each signal. So here we are having bandwidth that is 10 kilohertz. So we can take number of sample that can be transmitted through a channel, that will be 20 kilohertz. We can take 2 into channel bandwidth, so you will get 20. Maximum sampling rate for each channel, you will get 10 kilo samples per second. So we will get here sampling rate, that will be 10k, because they have given their bandwidth, and maximum frequency will be half of that, 10 by 2. So you will get F5 kilohertz. We can see another one example. Two signal G1 of t and G2 of t are to be transmitted over a common channel by means of TDM. Highest frequency of G1 of t is 1 kilohertz and that of highest frequency of G2 of t is 1.3 kilohertz. What is the permissible sampling rate? Sampling rate means with what? 2 of that frequency, 2 Fmax. So you can take 2, maximum is 1 है कि 1.3, 1.3. So 2 into 1.3 you will get 2.6. So you can take its sampling rate, that will be 2.6 kilo samples per second, or it can be greater than that value. So you can write answer like 2.6 kilo sample per second and above. Now we are saying about the problem 3. You can see here 24 voice signals are sampled uniformly and then division multiplexed. The sampling operation uses flat top samples with 1 microsecond duration. The multiplexing operation includes provision for synchronization by adding an extra pulses sufficient amplitude and also 1 microsecond. Assuming sampling rate 8 kHz, calculate spacing between successive pulses. So now we are supposed to find the spacing. In one frame, if we are taking total number of pulses 25, time duration for one frame will become Ts equal to 125 microsecond. So time duration utilized by pulses you can take as a 25 microsecond. So time spacing will become Ts minus total number of pulses upon total number of pulses. So you will get 125 minus 25 upon 25. 125 minus 25 become 100. 100 upon 25 you will get time spacing that will be 4 microseconds. You can solve again the problem like this. Here you are supposed to draw the diagram because they are given here 3 independent message signal 1 kHz, 1 kHz, 2 kHz are to be transmitted using TDM. You are supposed to determine commutator segment, speed of commutator, if all signal are sampled at Nyquist rate and minimum transmission bandwidth. So you can see firstly commutator segment arrangement. We are having 3 signal, G1 of t 1 kHz, G2 of t 1 kHz, G3 of t 2 kHz. You can take 3 signals that will give, and out of that one will get selected. So you can write 1, 3, 2. You can write out of these 3 signal. Now we are supposed to find speed of commutator. So you will have total number of sample to be transmitted. They have given here 3 independent signal are to be transmitted. So you can take here total number of sample to be transmitted per second, 8 kilo sample per second. So number of commutator we will get here 4. So speed will become 2000 rotation per second and bandwidth will be twice of that. So you will get 4000 Hertz. Remaining we will see in the next session. Thank you.